Here, even if I wrote on the prompt like a concept card, which has a cocoon-like glass cabin, still it looks like a typical GT car because, it tries to make sense out of the sketch, and the sketch is a little bit out of the box, let's say. I did this sketch on my previous video. Here it is. And today I brought it into the next level. So now it looks like this. And that one. And also this one. Let's talk about the whole process. So first thing is I took a photo of the sketch and I edited it a little bit on Photoshop, especially to fix the wheels, because on the original sketch the wheels were a little bit more elliptical. Let's take a look at it again. As you see, it doesn't look like a perfect circle because it's just a sketch at the end. But when I import it to AI, and when I said AI, I'm talking about the Vizcom in this particular case, who is the sponsor of this video. I guess you already know about Vizcom if you're interested in AI and car design, but if not, I can highly recommend to go to vizcom.ai to try it yourself. So I imported my sketch into Vizcom and I really love the new workbench feature, so I just wrote the prompt here and I duplicated it 2 more times because the first one I wanted to use the Vizcom General, second one is the Technicolor 6, and the third one is the Cybercell. And I'm really happy to have this option of different styles because I cannot sketch the car with many different styles, right? I believe I have my own workflow. On Photoshop, I kind of have my own style. But with this feature, I can just create different styles. For example, this new Cybercell. Look at this. I never tried myself this type of painting style to my sketch. So I really quite enjoyed experimenting with them. Anyway, on the workbench, I created this same prompt. First, I tried with 70% and then 80%, 90%, and even 100% using the impact of the sketch. And here are the first results. On the Vizcom General, we have this nice metallic, more like a subtle, I would say, not super powerful colors and so on style. And what I realize is, especially when I use the impact of the sketch less than 85%, I guess, or 80%, maybe even 90%, it generated my sketch. It turned my sketch into a more traditional car. Like here, even if I wrote on the prompt like a concept card, which has a cocoon-like glass cabin, still it looks like a typical GT car because, it tries to make sense out of the sketch, and the sketch is a little bit out of the box, let's say. So it tried to create a car. But then when I increased the impact, probably here it was 70, here it was 80, maybe here is 90, because now I can see that it doesn't connect the cabin and the body anymore. And here are also like, this one is barely like something in between. So I think I like this one the most. And on the second batch, here we had the Technicolor, and this time it was more successful in case of separating the cabin from the car, for example. I mean, here it gets closer, like it doesn't know what to do probably. But the middle one or this one are totally like representing my idea in a colorful way, I would say. And on the third batch, the first ideations, we have the Cybercell. And actually now when I look back, this one is quite promising too. Like I can just take this one and refine it further as well. Or this one, I like that it created kind of like a little connection between cabin and the body. So there are very interesting results overall, but I was not super satisfied. So I just wanted to give it another try with another prompt. So this time I wrote futuristic car designed by aliens to exaggerate it a bit more that it's not a regular car. Cabin is like a cocoon and separated from the car side view. So here, I think these are generally better results. But again, on the Vizcom General, it pushes forward to like into the direction of making a regular car on most of them. And this one, even if it's maybe still trying to do that, I selected this sketch to refine further, and I will mention it soon. On the second batch, on the second style, I really liked this shiny body part here, like a golden color and even maybe golden material. And it looked really like this sci-fi feeling to me. I quite like this, so I selected this sketch, but others are also quite promising, like this one. Maybe also very interesting with the color-wise I'm talking about, because the idea is same and the car looks very similar to each other as I used very high impact of the sketch for the result. And on the Cybercell, I kind of like this one too. It looks like a planet far away and showing from the horizon line, but I guess it's because of it was trying to connect maybe these pieces into each other. I quite like all of them, honestly, but I picked this one because I think I like this little red light here because the other ones don't have it. And here I thought, it's interesting. I didn't think about it. So I selected this one. And on the next step, I just duplicated the selected ones here first. And then I just got into the regular workflow of Vizcom. So when I double click, I'm here inside. And let's talk about one of them quickly. So this was the duplicated version, the original one. Then I think I just refined it a bit further. I just painted this area. Yeah, actually on the workbench one, on the duplicated one, I mean the original one, here it was dark. So first thing I did on the first layer was painting this area. And then I think I refined it further. And refined it further, I added like a big block of color. And I said just add a planet for me. And that was the result. Then for the overall thing, I think I tried to make the car more shiny. But it didn't do exactly what I want. Then I tried a couple more variations to refine further. And I think that's the final one I picked. And I did the same thing for the Technicolor one. It didn't require a lot of changes actually, but again, let's see quickly. Yeah, I just refined it once, I think. I just painted this area to be sure that it looks separated. And I just refined it further one more step so I have more clear surfaces and so on. And on the third one, this one is more interesting because I felt like it looks like a cyber race car. It looks like on the track or something. So I wanted to add also a drone here. Like we added the planet on the first one. So I thought like, it would be interesting to add a drone and maybe they're even racing. And the original version of this drone was, I think, that draw only the silhouette of the drone. And I generated different variations. As you see, it was even like a regular drone, one of them. And then I just added more details. And here is the refined version. What I did later afterwards is I took all these 3 sketches, I exported them as an upscaled version 4K, and I put them on Photoshop. Because still, as a designer, I love to have the full control of the thing, and I just would like to paint over and just play with Photoshop. And another thing here, like if you see, the ground is changed. I added something like from another planet type of grounds. That's what I tried to do. And I added some rocks here. And I did it with Photoshop generative fill. So I'm combining different AI tools and with the traditional methods and trying to find the best workflow for bringing my ideas with good amount of control and combining it with creativity of the AI and the practicality, efficiency of AI together. And actually I'm putting an online course together right now, AI for car design. It will take a couple of months because I'm still experimenting and trying to find the best method. I know it will evolve by time, and I'm gonna update the course regularly. But you can already pre-order it on my website. This way you can support me and my channel. And as an exchange, I give $30 discounts for the pre-order only. So on the next sketch, I did the same. I put it on the Photoshop. The first thing I did was using the brush tool and picking the colors around and painting and refining a bit further my own way. Also on the previous one, I forgot to mention, if you realize I made the reflections a bit stronger. With a bright color, I just put a couple of brush strokes here and I put the layer style to overlay. So I made the body color a bit more contrasty compared to the original output. So on this one, I didn't need to do that because it was already shiny and that was like one of the reasons I picked this sketch. But still with the brush, I refined a little bit the silhouette of the car and cleared this area a little bit more. Then with generative AI, a generative fill of Photoshop, I just changed the ground and I added like a Milky Way visible, Milky Way or Milky Way, I'm not sure, but I just added the sky and the space feeling so it gives us the hint of it's not on the planet Earth. And on the third one, I just wanted to add the motion blur. I added some things first with the brush tool, like cleaning this area, and it seems like the biggest change I did, or I added this light on this antenna or whatever it is. And then I added some radial blur on the wheels and then the motion blur to overall image. So it looks like it's moving. It's like an autonomous race car with a glass cocoon for some reason. Because the original idea was going a little bit more, pushing the boundaries and doing just more aesthetically concept art style car design mixture, something just for creative fun, you know. So here is the all-together workflow. I think it took around a bit over half an hour, I guess, and that's still amazing to me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe for more car design content. See you on the next one.